Our guest only just started out in the drag scene last year, where she performed for the first time at Princess to Queen, placing an astonishing 3rd place. To celebrate diversity, Auckland City has a number of events the public can attend to watch the Queens in action, from Drag Wars, Pride Festival and the Big Gay Out. Shavorn Aborealis joins me now to discuss her drag journey so far and what it's like being a queen in Auckland. Shavorn, welcome. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
So recently you performed in the March Drag Wars where you won Queen's Choice Award. So how do you usually prepare for these performances?
Well, it varies. For group numbers, like the one we did at the Big Gay Out, we had about a week to learn 10 different choreographies to 10 different dances for a mix. But for individual performances, I spend a lot of my free time working on drag mixes, so I'll often have something that I'm ready to perform with, but I have a bad tendency of leaving it to the last minute to memorise my words.
Yep, so what got you involved in drag last year?
Well, I started drag back in September of last year, and it was about a month after my late partner had passed away. And during that time, I found drag as like a creative output and outlet to hide from the pain a bit. And drag had been a bit of a, oh, this is a nice thing, I fancy doing this once sort of thing, but it became a lot more than that to me. That's sort of what kicked my start off in drag.
Yeah, so over time I have noticed your style has changed a bit, so where do you look to for inspiration?
Some big inspirations for me are my drag mother, Yuri Guy. She has a face that looks like she's been run over by a tractor, as in she's got the same big brown lines across her face like me. When I think of drag for me isn't about becoming a woman, it's not about being this beautiful visage, it's about being an entertainer, and so I'm somewhere between a woman and a clown.
Lovely. So as we can see in some of our photos over here, what does it mean to you to be able to dress up in drag and be able to walk in the Pride Parade and perform at Drag Wars?
It makes me quite proud that in New Zealand we could do things like this. There are plenty of countries that if you do so much as wear a pink t-shirt, you'll get harassed in the street. Like, for me to be able to walk down a main street in Auckland with a wig, heels, lipstick all over my face, it makes me so proud that we're in such an accepting country and such an accepting community.
Yeah, so would you be able to tell us what the community is like? What are they like? Tell us a bit about them.
There's this perception that drag queens are these nasty, horrible people, that they're all very catty. But we're quite lucky in Auckland. The queens that I've had the fortune to meet and become my friends, they're all really lovely. It's a little bit of a persona, because when you're in drag, you're extra, you're over the top, you're a little bit extravagant and a little bit outrageous. But it doesn't mean that you can't be caring and sensitive. And I've found so many close friends in the drag scene since I've started coming out. Nice.
So what are some of the challenges though in the community with doing drag as well?
In terms of the community, at this point, there's plenty of little gay boys who want to dress up and be a drag queen. The hard thing is getting gigs. When you've got plenty of kids running around in wigs and there's only a limited number of gigs to go around, queens can get a little bit territorial, and that leads to jealousy and envy when some queens are getting booked while others are yet to get booked in certain places. And beyond that, you get all sorts of little rivalries going on, or spats when you borrow someone else's wig and then brush it straight when it had some lovely curls in it.
And lastly, what has been some of the most rewarding things for you while doing drag?
For me, like I said before, my drag is somewhere between a woman and somewhere between a clown. And for me, I do drag for me. I don't do drag to go out and make people smile necessarily, but it's sort of like an unintended consequence that I've become I wouldn't say it was a parasitic relationship, it's more of a symbiotic one where I get so much joy from making people smile. Being able to walk down K roads, and drag queens are like the clowns of drag K roads. You see someone, you approach someone, and their face lights up. It's amazing for people to meet and talk to a drag queen. We're really quite odd creatures.
Well, for odd creatures, you guys sure are fabulous creatures as well, and I always enjoy watching you at Drag Wars. So Shavorn, thank you so much for your time and coming in today, because I know you've got a busy schedule.
You're welcome.
Thank you.